pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Once again, good morning and welcome. I'm Chris Bosserman, Delaware County Engineer. I have the privilege of chairing our TID board. To my right is Tracy Davies, our Vice Chair and County Administrator. To my left, Cy Keeley from the Auditor's Office, who serves as our Treasurer. And members at large, Tom Price and Pat Blaney. And thank you all for being here and for your service on this board. Is there any public comment for us today? It's a rare morning when Joe Sullivan doesn't have something to say. Today's that day. Item 3 on our agenda is approval of our minutes from our May 14th meeting. And if you've had a chance to review those, I'd entertain a motion to either amend or accept.
Mr. Chair, move to accept.
We have a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Under item 4, for board member reports, any of you have anything you'd like to share or bring up for the good of the order? Just would say thank you for attending the groundbreaking for the I-71 interchange project.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a great day, and signifies a really significant milestone, I think, in our county's infrastructure system. So, thank you for your role in that and for being there. Cy, would you take us through your treasurer's report?
Yeah, the current cash balance is $4,355,464.57. The audit is complete, and I'm happy to report we had a clean audit.
Well done. Thank you. Any questions for Cy? I'd entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The motion carries. Item 6 is staff report. Rob Riley, your Chief Deputy Engineer. What do you have for us, Rob?
All right, well, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll give you an update on our current projects, starting with the Silicon Heartland Regional Projects. You'll recall we have some roundabouts that are going to be developed on County Line, Licking Delaware County Line Road. We are taking the lead on 2 of those, the intersections at Fancher and at Center Village. The plans are about done on both of those projects. We have negotiated and purchased most of the right-of-way. We have, I believe, 2 more parcels we need to acquire for those 2 projects. I would expect to wrap those up in the next month or 2. We are still on track to sell a contract sometime this fall, late this fall or over the winter, with construction planned for May to September of next year. And just as a reminder, this is a TID project, though primarily it has been developed through the County Engineer's Office to date, but the actual construction contract will come before this board again sometime late this fall or early winter. So utility work will happen probably over the winter through the spring. Don't know yet exactly which roundabout will go first. I think some of that will depend on which one has utilities out of the way first, but more to come on that. Everything's proceeding as planned on those projects. Next project, 713637. Mr. Bosman mentioned the groundbreaking ceremony. Work is underway on Phase A. Miller Brothers Construction. Looks like most of the work is on the west side of the freeway now. They're starting to build the embankment for the west approach to the bridge. That work will be ongoing for about the next 2 years. Scheduled construction completion is October 2027. So got about 2 more years till that bridge and the interchange is open, but already making good progress. Phase B, right-of-way plans have been submitted, working towards getting those finalized through ODOT. I would hope to start acquisition of the needed right-of-way in the first quarter of 2026, potentially with selling that construction contract late in 2026 or early 2027. So ideally, we would get the construction timeframe to line up where we're kind of finishing Phase A, roll directly into Phase B. There may be some economy there if the same contractor gets both projects. We'll see how that goes, but that's moving ahead. Phase C is under design. It's lagging a little bit behind Phase B intentionally because it's just going to take a little bit more time and effort to get Phase C developed because of the complexity of the design and the number of parcels that will have to be acquired. So as of now, looking at construction starting in 2029 on Phase C, but we are moving ahead
Hey,
as
Rob,
planned.
before
Yes.
you move on those projects, can you remind me, do we have any funding lined up for Phase B? I can't remember.
So I believe ODOT District 6 has applied for track funding
Okay,
for Phase B. There are also some previous commitments of Morpsey funding that we would like to roll. The previous commitments for Phase B and C, we'd like to use all of that in Phase B. But we're still working on that funding plan, Tracy, so we'll
okay,
hopefully be wrapping that up in the next 6 months or so and have
Great.
a good plan for construction.
thank you.
Rob, for the sake of explanation on C, you could explain to the board what's more complex about C than B.
Yeah, it's the tie-in at Route 36, the intersection at Africa Road. Maintenance of traffic will be a little more difficult. Drainage will be a little more difficult. It's going through the middle of the ravines at Meadow Ridge apartment development, although that project was laid out with Phase C in mind, so I wouldn't anticipate any major conflicts, but it is a little bit more of a nuanced design than Phase B, which is kind of through a cornfield. Not to oversimplify it, but it's a little bit more straightforward.
So that still means, excuse me, you have to eliminate that RV sales site?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Moving on, Orange Road Railroad grade separation, continuing to make progress on that project. You'll recall that we were successful, the county was successful in obtaining a $21 million US DOT grant towards that project. The grant agreement has not been issued. What I've been hearing is many of those grant agreements have been delayed. But we are still expecting that grant agreement will be issued later this year. We were also successful in obtaining $5 million through the state of Ohio. I don't anticipate any issues getting that grant agreement. And then Morpsey had previously committed $8.3 million towards the project. So we're in pretty good shape, I would say. This will be an expensive project to the tune of $35 to $40 million. But with that said, we will be very close to having about 80% of the project costs covered through outside grants, which is great news. So we are working towards construction starting in late 2027 or 2028. Much of that schedule will depend on how quickly the railroads are able to get us their approvals on the final plans. But consultant is working diligently on getting those plans submitted and coordinating those approvals. If there's no questions on that, moving on to Bale Canyon Road Phase 2. This project is under construction. It is a joint effort between Orange Township and Delaware County, and this board previously approved a $750,000 grant for that project to the township. As of now, it looks like we'll be finishing construction sometime mid to late September. George Eigel was the contractor at a cost of about just over $3 million, which was good. The estimate was around $3.7 million, so got a good bid on that project, and hopefully wrap that up in September. Last but not least, Stockwell Road improvements. You may recall at the last meeting, your board authorized the chairman to enter into an agreement. This will be a multi-agency project with 4 townships, the county and the TID, all participating in the cost of this project. Basically, we'll be cutting down kind of a steep hill just to the west of the bridge over Big Walnut Creek, and it will also include resurfacing the rest of the road. The townships have all approved the project agreement, and that project agreement will now go to the county commissioners for their approval, and then barring any unforeseen circumstances there, I think that'll come back to the chairman for his approval. We can certainly keep you up to date. The agreement that was approved by the the township trustees is the exact same as what your board saw at the last meeting. So financial commitment has not changed for the TID. Estimated cost is about $768,000 with approximately $15,000 maximum participation from the TID. So nice project. I think this will be one of those projects that is very difficult for any single township to take on by themselves for a number of reasons, but certainly cash flow, being able to finance the upfront cost. That's where I think the TID serves a very valuable role in this, and being able to finance the upfront cost, build the townships at the end of the job. So that is all I have for my staff report. Glad to answer any questions.
Rob, thank you. Appreciate your good work.
I want to thank him for the Warrensburg Road Bridge being done also. And, cheers.
Yes,
Looks very nice.
turned out nice.
Finishing up the finals around planting grass and seeding and everything around it now. So. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Item 7 deals with an agreement with the Delaware County Prosecutor's Office to provide legal services to our board. Recent law change enabled county prosecutors to represent TID boards, and so there is an agreement in your packet that details that arrangement that would need action from us, but understanding this is the first time you've seen that, I would open that to any discussion about that agreement or that arrangement, if there are any thoughts or concerns.
I'll add too that I think at our last meeting, I was tasked with meeting with the prosecutor's office. I did meet with Prosecutor Schiffel and her team, Chris Betts taking the lead. We had a lot of discussion about what would be involved with representing the TID. They wanted to think about it, they thought about it, and they're willing to represent this board. If the rest of the board members are open to it, I might recommend that we go ahead and authorize our chairperson to sign the agreement at the appropriate time. The Board of Commissioners will have to take an action before you can sign that agreement, I believe. But right now, we currently don't really have legal representation, and I think, you know, the sooner we could do it, probably the better, unless anyone objects.
Thank you, Tracy.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to move that motion forward.
I'd like to make a couple of comments before I
So have a
second it.
motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second, now discussion.
No,
Comments. Thank you.
it's all right. Section 5, the scope of representation.
Can you speak up a little bit,
Okay,
Pat? I'm
Section
sorry.
5, is a clause on scope of representation. It indicates toward the end of the paragraph, the representation shall not include litigation, but then it goes on to say he has discretion to refuse a TID request for a reasonable basis for doing so. And then it looks like it's a little circulatory here. It says, except where matters of rules of professional conduct prohibit advice in which case shall have discretion to refuse a request. That last part there, if they already have a reasonable basis for doing so, doesn't that include the matters of professional conduct? I know that's meant to be a clarification, but you has that word except in there, which to me looks a little circulatory in the reasoning on it. I wondered if we could get a little clarification from the office on that statement.
Certainly can ask that.
All right, then,
So, just to be clear, you're in section 5, scope of representation.
yes,
And the last,
yeah,
Nice sentence.
the last sentence?
last sentence, yeah.
Okay.
And you're concerned about not wanting to represent, should there be a professional
No, I
conduct?
understand what they're trying to say, except it seems to me when they put the word except in there, they circle right back to the first part where they say they have reasonable basis for refusing to support litigation.
Mhm.
So, to me, I think it could be better worded, but I'm not an attorney. Maybe they have a reason for it that way, but, you know, I just wondered if they could take another look at that phrase.
Sure, we can ask.
The other one is item 13, insurance. It indicates we all need to carry commercial general liability with minimum coverage adequate to protect both parties. Most of the contracts I've been involved with have spelled out what that limit is, whether it's 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, or something like that. So, you know, I think we should have some clarification on that, to what reasonable means, because reasonable can be interpreted different ways by different parties. And the last comment is just a typo under item E, the last sentence. Parties might change, the individual to whom the notice is given should be may change.
Where was that at?
Right here on
Last page.
last page, item E, the last sentence.
So what's the point on that one? Explain it.
Well,
Explain
it
your
says
question.
may instead of may.
Oh, may, I see, okay. So, you see that one, Tracy?
I'm not trying to be a pain about this.
It's under
because
six-
I've
no, it's good.
approved the idea of the whole,
It's good.
agreement.
16E,
Got it.
yeah.
Things in there are confusing me a little bit.
Good comments, Pat, thank you. Any other discussion? So we have a motion on the floor to authorize the chair to execute this agreement with these clarifications.
We can email the clarifications out.
Pardon?
I can email the clarifications out
Yes,
once we get
yes.
them.
However they come back, I'd like to see what response they come back with.
Good. Any other questions? Comments? Hearing none.
I don't disagree with the idea of having a dollar figure in there, because some of the contracts that we've worked into, it's wide open, and when I redline it and put in a figure, then they accept it and it goes on.
Yeah.
Check a box by doing that. All right, I'll call for a vote on the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Is there any other business come before the board this morning? Hearing none, I will declare us adjourned. Thank you. Our next
you.
meeting is scheduled